Hey everyone, Sherman Chin here, and today I'm going to do a reassembly of the Kizer Beyond. But right now I'm holding the Kizer or the 09 Freeze 3 knife. If you didn't know, has the OEM with Kizer. So this is the Freeze 3. I'm just going to talk a bit about my problems with it. It has not a sharp factory edge. I had to resharpen it. Same with my Kizer critical mini. It does not have a sharp factory edge, so both of them I had to sharpen manually. Okay, so that's the problem with Kizer. Same with this Kizer brass Sheepdog. It came with a really sharp factory edge. The problem with this one is the T6 screw not coming out. You can check my link down below on how I fixed that by disassembling. And then now I fixed the frame lock here, or at least I think I fixed the frame lock stick issue, where this is too much to the left side, the frame lock itself. So right now I have adjusted it. Just look at my previous video, you can see that it's about 50% out. Okay, so how you adjust it is you bend this. Okay, it's either left or right. Okay, so when you bend it around here. Okay, you move this, but the bend is going to be here because this is the thinnest part of the titanium. Okay, the issue with this knife, okay, is that it's made of titanium and there's no inlay, stainless steel inlay, except for this little stainless steel little, what do you call that, the lock bar sort of like protection, or the lock bar itself, which scrapes against the metal knife. Okay, this is what is making the noise when the Kizer Beyond flips in and flips out of the blade flips in and flips out of this frame, right? This is scraping against the blade itself, which is right now I'm going to show you guys the blade. This is the S35vn blade of the Kizer Beyond. It's a really nice tanto blade. Okay, if you guys are wondering why it's looking so slimy, it's because of the silicone spray I sprayed on it. So when you spray silicone spray, it protects this titanium itself, because you can see the titanium patinas really easily when the blade scrapes on it. So this is the back of the frame. You can see that it has many lines, again designed by Vietnamese student Vu Huynh Nam An, and he did a great job, inspired by anime mecha. So today I'm just going to show you guys how to put them together. You can see all the pieces here, so including this blade, okay, the blade, the back titanium frame, the front titanium frame, and the back spacer, and then the titanium clip. Okay, I know you guys can't really see it, but I'll show it to you guys when I bring it out. So right now I'm going to bring out the front frame. How you know it's the front? Because you can see the frame is flat and really nice. I have the ball bearing washers here, okay, and then the ball bearings, sorry, not the washers, actually they are ball bearings. I think they have washers underneath, which are made of brass. You can actually see the washer here, which on the back frame where the frame lock is. Okay, so I'm gonna put the washer that you saw here, this washer here. It's just stuck here so that I don't lose it. But this is the ball bearing washer. I think it's not ball bearing washer, sorry, the ball bearings, the cage ball bearings, ceramic ball bearings. Okay, let's see if I can focus on that. Okay, there you go. So they will go right in here, okay, right in here in the hole. Okay, so you guys can see this. So it's right into the hole here. Okay, so it's stuck there, hopefully because of the silicone spray I put on it. Now, the knife to reassemble, you just have to use the front part of the scales, because the front part has the capture pivot. Okay, what it means by capture pivot is that this pivot is stuck in one direction, because you see this the flat side of the pivot. So the flat side of the pivot prevents the pivot from turning, right? So it only goes in one way. So you can put a blade in easily. Just put a blade in any direction will do. Okay, see here, it goes in, and there's the pivot. Okay, from this side, you just have to be careful not to cut itself. Okay, so it's gonna come down and cut me because the back spacer isn't there yet. So, and also the frame lock is what gives it the detent, right? And that sound. So yeah, so I have to put this on top of it like a sandwich. So before I put the back frame on it, just keep in mind the back frame has this lock pin which prevents the blade from traveling past the top part, right? So let's put that back with the back spacer in place. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys, if not you guys probably won't be able to know what I'm talking about. So the back spacer goes here. You can see only 2 screws. See the 2 screws here. There's 2 screw holes here. So you have to put the back spacer and fit those 2 screw holes. Okay. So there you go. The 2 holes, the 2 screw holes, and the back spacer sort of fits there. Okay. Okay, you guys can see this. Comes down, the knife gets stuck here, okay? The blade gets stuck there, okay? And then I'm just gonna put the back frame on top of the other frame, and the blade is sandwiched in between. Okay? So see if it fits well. Just press it down. It should fit well. If not, it's probably just the back spacer up in place. Remember guys, I did this a few times already just to adjust that frame lock, because see this frame lock? I'll show you guys the problem. See this frame lock? It's touching the blade. Okay? This is the major issue with this knife. Okay, so when you put this in, you want to see that the frame lock doesn't touch the frame too much. If not, I have to take it out again and adjust this frame lock, okay? Because look at this, it's just touching the blade, okay? That's providing the detent as well. So you do want it to touch the blade, but not too much, okay? It's a matter of balance. So that's why I said, you know, this is an issue for me when it comes to Kizer knives. They should have balanced it properly when I bought it, right? For $160 US. Okay, this is not a cheap knife. And yeah, the issue is if they balance it properly, I would be happy. But no, I have to fix it myself. So it becomes like a personal project. So now I have to put it back together again. Let's see. I'll put it like this. I'll put it down on it. So sometimes it runs off. So you have to adjust it. Okay. So guys, I don't know if you can see this, I adjusted it the same way that I adjusted, you know, like I showed you, sandwich in between, get a T8 screwdriver, move the top pivot screw. Okay, this is the pivot screw. Okay, pivot screw, T8, just put it on top. And there is another screw, which is the middle screw. Okay, this is a shorter one, but they are still quite long. Just put it in the middle. And then there is the back screw, which is the clip screw. Okay, this goes right behind. It fits in with the clip. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys so you guys can see what I mean. Okay, you see guys, 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the side. Okay, just 3 screws. Okay, and it pops out like that. It's a problem. So I have to put it back down on flat ground. See if I can get it right. The middle one first usually, and then the back one, and then the pivot itself so I can adjust it. Okay, oops, so the pivot dropped out. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys the pivot here. You can actually put some silicone spray in it. Put this in. Okay, the pivot. Okay, must fit properly. This one is a big headache for me actually. A big headache. So put this in. That pivot screw. Okay. The blade, as you can see, is touching right? The frame. So what happens is when you screw the pivot in, it would move the screw up a bit. So move the blade up a bit. So I'm going to use T9 simply because it fits. They say it's T8, but you know, T9 seems to have a better fit for me. So I'll use the T9 on the pivot. Screw it in. So the thing is, you want a really snug fit so that you do not strip the screw, right? So now I can feel it being tight. Okay, I'm just gonna pull it out. Okay, you guys can see this. See, the frame is still stuck there, which means it's not tight enough. So I put it on flat ground to make sure that I can screw it properly, and the frame and the, what do you call that? The blade will actually move upward. Okay, to be centered. Okay, I don't want to press it too hard. Okay, right now it's still not centered, so I have to adjust it. I'll show you guys. Not centered at all. Okay, let's try to center it. Okay, let's put it further up here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I have to press it hard and then slowly, okay, just slowly, okay, don't do it too fast because you don't want to strip the screw, okay? Okay, now you can see when I do that, it's more centered, right? Yeah, it's actually quite centered already. So now I have to see whether this frame lock here is touching the blade. It is touching the blade a bit, but is it too much? I don't know yet. So I'm going to tighten the other screws before I flip out the blade, okay? Put it back to T8 again. I'm just going to tighten the body screws again. Okay, you guys can see this, the middle part. Okay, this is the middle screws. Okay, see, it's loose. The reason why it's loose because just now the pivot was not really tight, so the entire body was actually quite loose, so it was loose. So I'm not going to bother even put Loctite because this is not a heavy use blade. I don't even know why they even bother with Loctite. I need to adjust it. Okay, so now it's really nicely centered. So the only thing that will cause any problem is the frame lock. So if it comes out and the frame lock is scratching against it, it's going to not be smooth. Okay, so I'm going to do it with two hands first because I really want to see how it looks like. So yeah, you can see that the frame lock is actually not even tight here, so it's not tight, but I can push it further in, as you can see. So the reason why I don't want it to be too tight is because I realized with this frame lock, it eventually goes in by itself when you keep playing with it, and that's what happened, right? So that was the problem with this blade that I had. Okay, so now to disengage the frame lock, you press it at this part, okay, this part, so that this nut on the frame lock, the nut you see here, this silver S35vn steel will drop on your fingernail and not the blade itself like I did in my unboxing video. Okay, so there we go, it goes down and yeah, it works. Okay, so I have to get this spidey flick right. Okay, there we go, and then down. Let's see if I can get it down. So the frame, I have to press like this, slowly get used to how much force I need, because every time I adjust the frame lock, it's a bit different. Okay, that's the problem with this knife. But apparently, I sort of got the balance right now, I think. Okay, so you can see this. Let me remove these boxes here that I put there so you guys can see. So I'm going to show you guys again now. Let's see if it works. There we go. Really nice drop, and it's nearer for you guys. Okay, wait, let me move away. Okay, go. Nice drop down. Do you hear that? Do you hear the sound? So now the sound is more like the other reviewers who did the review on this Kizer Beyond. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the Kizer Beyond, the back side of the Kizer Beyond. Okay, let's turn it upside down. This is how it looks like, inspired by anime mecha. right? The robots, or rather it looks a bit like a spaceship. Okay, that's what I like about it. Okay, so let's do this. Keep this video within 20 minutes. But I'm going to show you guys how this works. So you can see the action is just excellent now because I adjusted the frame. So when it comes down, it does have the detent. Again guys, the detent is because of the frame, right? So when it goes down, right, the frame here, the frame is actually pushing against the blade. So you just want it to touch slightly so that when it deploys, right, you can hear that sound, right? That click and the whoosh, sort of like whooshing sound. Yeah, that whooshing sound is because it's scraping against the blade, right? So what happens is that when you do this and it comes down, it's scraping against the blade here and then it goes down. It's really nice. There we go. So this acoustic sound, right, this is what the other YouTubers have been doing, and that's how they got it. My silly Kizer Beyond did not come with this sound. I only managed to make it happen because I disassembled it now a few times already to actually get this sound right. Okay, and the way you get this sound right is adjusting this frame lock here, and then you have to remove this part, which is the stainless steel inset for the frame lock. I've already done that in a separate video. You can check that out. Okay, so there we go. Very smooth action, very nice acoustics. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to make sure that I get this right. I like the drop sound. So if you are good at it, you can actually do it really fast and then it will drop really smoothly. Okay, so that sound you can hear, you see that detent. Okay, that is a really nice drop. So I'm gonna keep this like I said, but I'm gonna make a separate video on why I do not like it. Okay, I mean, I like it now. Okay, after spraying with silicone spray, it's protected. This is the silicone spray by Aeropack. Okay, you can get a WD-40 silicone spray, but get the silicone spray, not the WD-40, because WD-40 itself removes the stains. Okay, if it's rusting, then you can put the WD-40, but if you just want to protect it, use a silicone spray, and then it will protect it just like how it protected my Kizer brass Sheepdog. Okay, so guys, what do you think of the action now after I have adjusted it? And then guys, if you want to do the disassembly, I didn't show it, I know, although I call this a disassembly video and reassembly. All you have to do is just remove this with the screwdriver, the T6. Remove this, remove this, remove this, these 3 screws, and then it will just pop out. You know why it pops out? Because this frame lock, okay, it's pushing down against the blade, right? So when you remove it, it wants to push further down, and then it will just cause this entire thing to pop out. Okay, so just be careful, make sure that when it pops out, you're holding the frame down, this back side of the frame. Okay, so when you hold the frame down, it's going to be able to pop out really nicely. So yeah, so this is how this Kizer Beyond makes that really cool acoustic sound, which you know, inspired me to buy it in the first place. You don't want it to drop too guillotine like how when I first opened it, when I first unboxed, my first impressions that it was dropping like crazy. Look at this now. It doesn't drop as crazily because the frame lock just hits it a bit and then it makes a really nice sound to it, right? Okay, I'm just going to do this again. Okay, there we go. So I hope you guys like this video of how I fixed it, and I hope it helps someone out there who has the same problem as me. So I end this video here. If you guys want to buy a Kizer Beyond, check out thomas2.com.my. Use my discount coupon for 5% off, Sherman Chin, and I will see you guys real soon. Thank you so much again for your support. Please do help buy from it, and I'll get like a small percentage out of it, and you guys will get 5% off. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care now. Please do like, subscribe, and click that notifications bell. Bye.